There are a lot of people out there who think Star Citizen will fail, or even want it to. So let's explore that for a bit. Anytime Star Citizen is brought to the attention of the wider gaming community, things get pretty polarised really fast. There are those who are convinced it's a scam suckering people in, there are those who will defend it no matter how valid the criticism, and then there's everyone else somewhere in the middle. But we all stand to benefit at least a little bit by Star Citizen being a success, and I'm going to talk about why. But first, people who've seen my content before will know already, keep it respectful. We can all disagree. When you're talking about Star Citizen, it's pretty much certain that we will. But if you're tempted to get personal, don't. You're better than that. The hard truth is that it's a fact. There is potential for Star Citizen to fail, just as there is potential for it to be massively successful. And only time will tell which way it's going to go. No one can see the future. And let's be clear about what fail means. In this context, I'm talking about commercial and critical failure. Commercial, as in it doesn't launch, or it does so poorly in sales that the servers are shut down. Critical failure, as in no one likes it. I'm talking Leisure Suit Larry, or Dawn of War 3. Or The Sims. Ugh. Star Citizen isn't just the most ambitious space sim ever, it's the most crowd-funded project ever. And that will have drawn industry attention. For years, the gaming community has rightly been critical of how developers put profits before a quality product, demanding that studios release half-baked games to satisfy investors. It's taken No Man's Sky almost 5 years to recover from a disastrous release, and for some it never will recover. And only time will tell if Cyberpunk can make a similar recovery. And you can be sure that, if Star Citizen doesn't make it, those same publishers will see it as a green light to bully the rest of the industry into feeling like publishers are the only way forward. If Star Citizen failed with over $350 million, they'll say, what chance have you got? And I guess kind of a quick question to those who demand the game is out now that say it's taking too long. What is it exactly that makes you different from the publisher who wants the game released to get their money? They want their money, you want the game, you're both demanding release of a product before it's ready. And before people angrily mash their keyboards in the comment section, I'm not here to convince you to like or support Star Citizen if you don't already do so. Do or don't, or wait to see how things pans out. It's entirely up to you. What I am saying is that wanting it to fail is a little self-defeating for the entire gaming community. Because it's also going to have a knock-on effect for crowdfunding other games. Games that seek crowdfunding will now need to be further on in their development or be pretty small projects anyway. And you may think, good, that's how it should be, and that's an entirely valid point of view, but it's also a point of view that would prevent other games from becoming a reality if they can't reach that standard. And since when was more choice of games a bad thing? I absolutely get that you may feel skeptical, but there's plenty of evidence of how the industry watches events like this and then applies them like they're some universal truth. Just look at the clones that have popped up in the wake of World of Warcraft, DayZ or PUBG. Or the fact that after Anthem's failure, BioWare canned Dragon Age 4's multiplayer. Or the much hated widespread use of microtransactions just because they were successful in a couple of games. The industry is always watching, and it will take any excuse to churn out cookie cutter games that maximise profits when it's the publisher holding the leash and the purse strings. You, me, and the rest of the gaming community might see failure to deliver on promises and poor marketing and design decisions as the problem. All the industry will see is their bottom line. So, let's consider the other possibility. Star Citizen launches and manages to deliver much more than it fails to. It's a commercial success post-launch. Now, publishers need to sit up and take note. A AAA MMO will have been crowdfunded from nothing with absolutely zero publisher support. And if it can be done for an MMO, any other type of game is possible for much less. Star Citizen won't become a byword for failed crowdfunding ambition. Instead, it'll be an example that if a game as complex as an MMO like Star Citizen can be achieved, so too can your game. By virtue of the sheer amount of crowdfunding it's achieved, the industry has no choice but to take notice. I'm sure you'll have spotted that up until now I've steered away from commenting on what people, us, the backers, stand to lose if the game fails. And that's because that's going to play out differently for each individual. All of our circumstances are unique, so it's not really something I can quantify with any degree of credibility. What we do all have in common is that we've parted with that money because we believe in the game. We want to see this game come to fruition, and if that's not you, if Star Citizen doesn't do that for you, that's fine. Try and imagine a game that would make you want to part with hundreds, if not 1,000 or more dollars in order to see it become a reality. This is the gaming community's communication to the games industry to say, if you build something that is completely groundbreaking, if you really go all in on a game and develop it to be what it should be, to really achieve its potential, look at how much money we are willing to part with in order to help you make that game a reality. That too will not have escaped the industry's notice. Something tells me I won't need to encourage people to comment, but you are welcome here whether you agree or disagree. Just be respectful. You've been watching Drinkers with Gaming Problems. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you soon.